Hey guys, this is Ben with Stringer Bridge Farm. You can see I've got my audience behind me. Anytime I start fooling with something, especially hay, those cows really get excited. But today what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a little experiment again so I can show you guys, and maybe I'll get a good result here. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna roll out a bale of hay for these cows. We're about as wet as we can get right now. You've seen the bale I did, the last bale, there was quite a bit of mucking around it. So on this one, I'm going to unroll it, and we're going to see what kind of impact we get on the ground and what kind of utilization we get out of the hay. This field, it's getting to be a little bit more manure on it than I like on a field. But like I said earlier, this is the field I'm going to replant this spring. So I wanted to get a good, heavy nutrient load on it. This field doesn't have much topsoil, so it's been a little bit of a struggle on this field. But there's a fair amount of clover, a little bit of that rye coming up. So the cows will have a little bit more than just the hay to eat on. So hopefully we can get a good result here. And like I said, I'm really interested to see waste and mucking. I don't have hay unrolling equipment, so you're gonna see me try to push this thing. If I can't push it, I'll either go get my two boys to come help me, or I may have to get it started by pushing a little bit with the tractor, which I don't really want to do, but we'll see how it goes. Man, this is a good tight bale. Like some of you suggested, I'm tempted to try to pick it up and set it right on the other side of the electric fence. I don't know, maybe if I unroll a little bit more, it'll fit under. And I can unroll that last little bit tomorrow by pushing it under the fence. So I think I might try that now that I see kind of how good and tight this bale is. All right, I got about, I'm gonna say a little bit more than half of that bale unrolled, but I need the core to be small enough that I could handle it by hand. So I've got it moved out the way. It's on the other side of my electric fence. Let's see, you can see it over there. So what'll happen is this bale right here, I unrolled going this way on the field. That other one, it's gonna go across the field the other way. All right, I'm gonna go turn these cows loose, and we'll see how they react to this rolled out hay, and then I'll come back later this evening, look at it, and then first thing in the morning when I got to give them that other half, we'll get a good look at how it looks. So I'm gonna turn them loose, see what they do. You can see they didn't rush the hay, but they're definitely eating it like this, so they recognize it. And like I said, we'll see. A lot of them like to make a round, get some of the best clover and different things, and they'll all be on this hay in a few minutes. But be interesting to see how it goes. Utilization we get. It's a pretty nice little steer right here. You can see they got a few cows out there. They're in those green patches of clover, eating that up. So we'll see. Here's a new little cow. She's only, I don't know, a week and something old, and she's already nibbling on hay. She sees all the other ones doing it, I guess. It's a really nice calf. That's off that Angus bull we had for a few months. Hey guys, day 2 here of this hay unrolling experiment. You remember I unrolled about half or 2/3 of that bale of hay yesterday in the morning, and then I put the rest of the roll, you can see right behind this hay bale, about 3 feet away, 2 feet away, is that single strand of electric wire. So I've got one pretty interesting observation already. So I guess you always learn. I'm gonna step to the side, and you see right there, just from those cows come and check out this hay bale, they've mucked up a big old area right there, right where that little steer is standing. So that's kind of a very unexpected result, but yeah, just them reaching for this hay bale, they've totally mucked up a small area. So at any rate, I'm gonna see if I can't get this thing under the fence, unroll it for them, and see what happens. So here we go. All right, so they seem a little bit more excited about the hay this morning, so I guess that's probably a pretty good sign that they ate a lot of the vegetation that was in this field, so now they're turning more to hay. So I think we'll see how much of this hay they eat and what's left, and then maybe tomorrow or late this evening I'll move to a fresh paddock. So, but I'm gonna take the camera, we'll go walk over there. Look at the line of hay that they ate on yesterday. Looks like probably a little bit more waste than bale grazing, but certainly less impact. So all right, so you can see these cows are a little bit more interested in the hay today than they were yesterday, which isn't surprising because they've probably gone through and eaten a lot of the clover and stuff that was in the field yesterday. So today they're relying a little bit more heavily on this bale of hay. So we'll see how it goes. I think I actually had done about half and half on this hay bale because the line of hay goes about the same distance as yesterday. So I thought for sure I'd put out more than half, but I guess I didn't. So anyway, if you look, you can see the new line of hay right there crosses the old one. So the old line of hay goes here all the way to right up there. So that's what we rolled out yesterday. I would say utilization is very good. I'm gonna say, I mean, it's hard to judge the difference of hay, but there's not a lot of hay left here. It did get rained on multiple times, so like I could still see grass underneath it. So I mean, I can get nice wads of hay, but it's very thin, so I think the grass will certainly come back faster than it does for regular bale grazing. we'll see how good they utilize this second half. But anyway, a few observations is the hoof impact is way less. No doubt about it. When you unroll hay versus bale graze, hoof action is way less. The area where you spread manure and seeds from the hay is much larger, so that's two positives over bale grazing. So on the side of the negatives, I see kind of two main negatives. One is I think there is more waste. You don't utilize quite as high a percentage of the hay as if you as the way we bale graze. But I guess what's good about that part compared to bale grazing, it is spread over a bigger area, so it's not quite as big of an impact on the ground and the grass that's existing right there. And the other negative is it does take a little bit more time. Not a lot more, but a good bit more. You know, you're talking 20 or 30 minutes versus 10 minutes if you're just setting out a bale versus you know, trying to get it unrolled, positioned right, where you can separate how much hay you need for a day. So ultimately, I would call it a huge success unrolling the hay, even with a small herd like I have that can't eat it all real quick. Just looking at what happened in one day, you know, I think I certainly see the benefits over bale grazing. Just again, it comes down to that time, and can I get equipment out here? You know, if your herd can't eat an entire bale, I think that's where it gets complicated. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully it helps you guys out a little bit, and if you appreciate it, give me a thumbs up, a like, and a subscribe. It really helps out. And I'm just gonna sit here and watch these cows on this new little paddock. They're just running like maniacs out here. Got that fresh grass under them. That's probably the happiest you'll ever see a cow, is when they first get turned out on fresh grass. Anyway, catch you guys later.